You ever wonder how a product actually convinces you to pull out your wallet? Well, today we're going to do just that. We're going to go behind the curtain for a weight loss supplement called BioVanish. Using nothing but its official website, we're going to break down its sales pitch step by step, just to see how they tell the story.
Okay, so every great sales pitch has to start with a really powerful hook, right? And this one, it's a total classic. It zeroes in on a pain point a lot of people know. The keto diet works, yeah, but man, is it hard. So, what's the promise? You get all the good stuff, that Keto-Skinny result, with none of the sacrifice. I mean, that's the ultimate have your cake and eat it too kind of opener, isn't it?
So let's kick things off with part one, the promise. This is all about latching onto a really deep desire and then offering up a simple, almost effortless solution.
Now, to make that promise totally irresistible, the website does what's called benefit stacking. See, it's not just about getting skinny. The story they build says it'll also boost your energy, help with your blood pressure, and even support your blood sugar. They're trying to solve a whole bunch of problems all at once.
Okay, so if you're going to make a huge promise like that, you need a believable explanation, right? It has to make some kind of sense. This is where they get to the how. They roll out this proprietary mechanism they've branded as the dairy farm method. You know, giving it a name like that, that's a really smart marketing move. It just sounds unique and kind of scientific.
All right, part two, the method. The whole explanation here really boils down to two key things: a sort of biological switch in your body and a unique trigger that can flip it.
First up, they introduce the problem, and it's happening inside your body. It's all about an enzyme called BHB. According to their narrative, if your BHB levels are low, well, your fat-burning switch is basically stuck in the off position. And it doesn't matter how much you diet or exercise, they position this as the one thing that's been holding you back.
And here comes the hero of the story, a molecule they've named 9C-fat. Now, it's worth pointing out this isn't some standard scientific term. It seems to be part of their own branding. They claim these special molecules, which they say are found in raw dairy, are the key to telling your body, hey, make more of that fat-burning BHB.
And now we get the twist. The website sets up this classic dilemma. The magic ingredient is in raw milk, but oops, pasteurization destroys it. And they're very quick to add that you should definitely not drink raw milk because it's dangerous. So you're left with a solution that you can't get to safely. This whole thing builds to a very simple and honestly very compelling chain of events. Step 1, you take these 9 fats. Step 2, your body goes, okay, and starts producing more BHB. And step 3, that BHB flips the switch and tells your cells to start burning up stored fat for energy. It's presented as this perfect, logical 1, 2, 3 sequence.
But here's where the Sam's pitch gets even bolder. They don't just say this is like going keto, they claim it's actually better. The website directly states that their 9D molecules can boost your BHB levels even higher than a strict keto diet can. So they're positioning their product as a superior alternative.
And they use another really powerful comparison to frame their product as a shortcut. They bring up a university study and claim that their ingredient gives you the same fat-burning benefits as fasting for 12 hours. The message here is pretty clear. Why struggle with fasting when you can get the same result just from a simple drink?
Which brings us to part 3, the solution. So after creating this whole problem that you can't solve on your own, the narrative finally introduces the hero, BioVanish. It's presented as the one, the only safe and convenient way to get these game-changing fats.
And look, the solution is designed to be completely effortless. It's just a cocoa-flavored powder. You just mix a scoop into water, milk, whatever you want. This focus on simplicity is so important, it keeps reinforcing that original promise of getting all the results without any of the hard work.
So let's look at the formula. We see 3 main ingredients. And what's interesting here is that the 9C fats are actually sourced from coconut extract, which kind of moves away from that whole dairy farm story. They also throw in L-theanine and a B vitamin blend. These are really common wellness ingredients that add a lot of perceived value and let them make broader claims about things like stress and energy.
And finally, we get to part 4, the offer. This is where they close the deal, right? They use pricing and a really powerful guarantee to nudge the customer into acting.
The pricing is set up to push you toward making a bigger commitment. Sure, one jar is $59, but that price drops all the way down to $39 a jar if you buy a 6-month supply. They frame this as a way to get better results, but it's also a classic business strategy to get the average order value up.
But the real heavy hitter of this whole offer is this number, 180. That's how many days their satisfaction guarantee lasts, a full 6 months. This isn't just a guarantee,
It's designed to be a massive confidence booster to make the decision feel totally and completely safe.
And they're not vague about it either. They make the terms crystal clear. It's an empty jar guarantee. They literally say you can use up every single scoop and you can still get a full refund. From a sales point of view, that's the ultimate move. It's called risk reversal, and it basically gets rid of that last thing stopping you from buying it, the fear that you're just going to waste your money.
So let's just recap the whole playbook here. It kicks off with a massive promise. Then it weaves this unique, branded, scientific-sounding story. After that, it positions his product as the one and only solution. And to top it all off, it completely removes any risk of buying with this ironclad guarantee. I mean, it's really a masterclass in sales architecture. Which leaves us with a pretty big question, doesn't it? When a story is told that well, how much does it actually shape what we believe is true?